You might think you are just looking at a regular student, but Anita wears the pride of attending a top secondary institution in Belize on her shoulders. And she carries a full academic load, focused on the sciences, biology, chemistry, and physics.
She is definitely a pleasant young lady, and personally, I'm going to start it personally. When I was ill, and whenever she would text me, ask me how I'm doing, and always very, very respectful. She's hardworking. Any student pulling a 3 science major really does not have time to waste, yeah. And her grades are a testimony of her commitment.
But commitment aside, there is more to what meets the eye of this Edward P. York High School student, Anita. Inside the confines of her classroom, she is described as a brilliant student, curious about the laws of physics and intrigued by philosophy. But beyond that, there's a story only few know. Anita is a migrant whose family is seeking asylum in Belize.
The reason I came to Belize was because in my country it was very dangerous at the time. My father or my older sister would go and pick me up from school, drop me to school and everything. But there was this time that due to my father's job, his responsibilities and stuff, the gangsters from the area, they tried to, attempt to, and were like watching every step we made, if who went to pick me up this day, who went the other day, and then that because they wanted to kill me. Due to
kill you?
Yes, due to his profession, because he was a police officer at that time.
Anita and her family sought refuge in Belize 6 years ago. Her father, who did not want to be identified, says they had no choice.
Era algo como dejarlo todo.
To me, it felt like leaving everything for nothing. But at the end of the day, it was a matter of life and death.
Puede decidir entre la vida y la muerte.
Tell me about your experience starting, coming into a new country, one, not really knowing anyone. You have some family members here, but you said you were loved in your old school in El Salvador.
Yes,
and now you're here in primary school, your last year of primary school, and you can't speak English. What was that like?
It was sad, first of all, because, I couldn't get along with everyone as I used to. Only 3 or 4 girls in my class. The boys were very nice to me. The teachers.
Not all Belizeans were welcoming. In fact, discrimination would be the common theme in much of our life here in Belize since the transition for safety, a human right.
From standard 5, even people that didn't go to school, non-teachers, just people from outside, let's say neighbors and just people from outside, they were saying that I wouldn't graduate from primary school. I graduated from primary school, thanks to God I did. I actually became first place in PSC and first place in all the subjects for my class. We have the small merits, certificates, all of that.
Anita shares that her experiences of being an asylum seeker goes beyond finding refuge in Belize. Even without the same documentation as other students, she feels compelled to give back to the country that took her family in.
Well, since the country is small, I would like for it to develop so more like the other countries, because Belize is seen less among the other countries because it isn't as developed. Us, for farmers that are about to go to college, UB, we're going to be professionals, and most of the people studying here go abroad to continue their studies or perform their jobs, but I would like to stay and help Belize grow.
We have had students from other parts of the world, not limited to even our territory, that have graduated from here in some similar situations.
So I hear you're studying one of the hardest subjects ever. What do you want to be?
I have many things in mind, but I guess the main thing will be making a major in physics. Science, I love the branch of science, any branch. I initially wanted to be a teacher. I didn't care about what, just teach, because I love teaching. I know that I found about physics and all the things that one can know about the world itself. I believe physics or philosophy, also because it has to do a lot with mind.
Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabreena Daly.